Hello my friends, it's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. Today I am working on a tassel, and since I've been working on this month, I guess, fall journals slash Halloween journals. So yes, I've got one fall slash Halloween journal in my shop. If you're interested, if you haven't seen my videos, I will have a flip through. I have a flip through on my channel about, I think it was last weekend on Sunday, so not too far back. And yeah, I had made three, two were sold. And so, and the other one might be sold, but the person, was in communication with someone, but that's still there. So let's see. I wanted to show you the colors and the fibers I'm using for this tassel. So I got out, I went through, I kind of went through all my fibers and yarns and trims, and I want to add some more to this, but I wanted to go ahead and get some of these ready because there's so many different ones, and some of these I received in a Happy Mail from a friend. I'm going to say a few years ago now, right? Right, my friend? You know who you are? I think it's been a few years now. And I'm still using, she sent me so many things that I've been using them here and there. You know, not every day or anything, of course. And now, just through the last few years, I've been using them. So if you can see, I have found that, a lot of different colors in a tassel is very pretty, and a lot of different textures is very pretty. So what I want to add to this, I wanted to get some of these more delicate trims and things in here. Let me just show you a couple because they're so pretty. There's one right here that's kind of like a very delicate eyelash trim. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it even has some glittery bits in it. So I thought that would be so pretty in here, but I didn't have very much of that one. So, but it is in here, right here in the middle, right here. And then I wanted to show you this one. This one is right here and right here on the edges. But just as an example of what I'm talking about with the different textures and things, this one has almost like little bows, or they almost look like little butterflies. But I think they're maybe supposed to be little bows. But I guess it could be butterflies. Anyway, can you see the different, this is kind of like braided, and then there's a little bow or butterfly right there. And it's a pretty orangey color, so great for fall. And I'm just doing fall not just doing fall this month, but I am doing some fall this month because I just like to be ahead of the game, And I might do a Christmas journal next month, Christmas in July type of thing. So what I wanted to add now, I have some brown lace here. I have other things here that I can add, but this is going to get pretty chunky. So let's see, I want to add some of this. This looks really interesting. I found this at a thrift store. It's got these little balls. I mean, won't that be fun? I found all of these on the same day in a thrift store. So I found more. This is just the three that match this, that are fall colors. I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and then I'll put a rubber band or something around it when I am done. Let's see, do I have two ends here or one end? This looks like it goes down into the middle. Do I have another end to pull from that's on the outside? Good question. Let's see. Sometimes I don't want to mess this up, so that's why I'm holding it over a little bit, but I might just have to just go with what I've got here. Let me see. I don't want to get it I'm going to try not to get it tangled up either, so let me just move it around a bit here out of camera range so I can kind of figure out where it goes. And I am not finding an end yet, so I might just have to cut it, right? I'm sure you all have to. Yeah, I'm just finding a loop here, so I'm gonna hit my camera and all kinds of stuff. So let's just cut. So I'm gonna cut a length. I'm gonna put a little ball on the end there, and then cut down here, so that you can see this has different shades of like beige and brown or tan and brown on it. And let's see. So let me cut down here. We've got one length. All that for one length. Now I'm going to put two lengths in here. Let's put one over here in the middle, right down the center. So I think that'll add a nice texture, and kind of fun texture to it. And then I have these two. This one has kind of a rustish, like reddish almost, but rusty orange, and then other oranges and brown, almost like burgundy looking color. So these all look like they're brand new, like they were never used. They still have their little cuffs on them. So this one is, yeah, I'm trying to see if it's together here. Yeah, it's got a little bit uneven end here. Let me trim that for the moment. And then this is the one that spreads out if you want it to, or you can keep it together, whatever you want it to do, but it spreads out like this, like a net. Let's go ahead and cut a length so I can first get that going and then go from there. Okay, we've got one length, and of course it's going to be crunched up together when I bunch up the at the top, when I bunch up the tassel to put it together. But I want to go ahead and see if I can see what happens if I kind of undo this a little bit, see if it will stay open, or does it just crunch back up automatically, you know, or squish back up. Okay, so there we go. And then you can see all the different colors. You can see the colors too when it's crunched up, but just that texture of the like net look there. Okay, so let's put that down. That's an interesting one, right? And before I put another one of those, I want to put one of these. This one has a lot of the gold in it, so that'll be a nice added feature to this tassel. And it's got all the oranges and browns. Okay, so do I have an end? Oh, I do on this one. Okay, so how does this one look? Let's see. Okay, this one opens up too. It's kind of a bigger net, kind of the bigger openings in the net, I think. It's got this little kind of peachy edge to it, and there's the glitter. So let's cut a length of that. Yeah, I have so much more I could put in here, but I just, you know, how I don't mind it getting really fluffy at all. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I made one yesterday, a tassel yesterday, for a video today that's on my jewelry channel. If you want to see that, it will be linked below, but it's Jewelry Crafts with Sheree. If you just want to look it up, you know, search that. And it's the theme was red, white, and blue over there for a collab I'm in. So I did a red, white, and blue one. And it's more blue than anything, but it's got red, white, and blue beads on it. And that's what it was all about, the beads for jewelry, you know, type thing. So anyway, here we go with this. Let's see now, what am I missing? I got the little pom-pom one. Okay, so I put one of each of those. I think I'm going to put one more of each of those. And those two I spread out. This one I'm going to leave, these two I'm going to leave together. So let's do that without spreading them out, you know, pulling them out open. Okay, so one. This is the one with the gold in it. And then one more of these. And again, leaving it together instead of pulling it apart. Let's just see how that does. We'll put this one over here. Okay. Now this is really plenty, but I'm going to add, so I want to add some beads in here. So I'm going to add a couple of strands of this wax, well, is it waxed? Yeah, I think it's waxed. Almost looked like it wasn't waxed there, but I think it is. This I also got at a thrift store. I didn't buy this separately on purpose. It was in a bag of goodies I got from a thrift store. And I wasn't going for the wax thread. I was just going for whatever, something in the bag. And this was in there. So I think it was just a bunch of sewing notions type of thing. So these, you know, that's a lot. I have a blue one that I used in my tassel yesterday. The same thing, like this. I don't think I got them at the same time though. And then this brown one was in another bunch of sewing notions that I picked up at a thrift store. So yeah, it's really nice. Okay, so we're going to bunch it up and see if we think we have enough. I'm going to put it in one of these notebook rings that open like this, you know. This is a 1-inch one. And these I picked up at Dollar Tree. Okay, I have got them on Amazon before. You can get them on Amazon, but those I picked up at Dollar Tree. Okay, so I'm trying to pick it up right in the middle, and it does look plenty full enough, so I'm going to go ahead and go with it. So I'm going to put it on here and put our notebook ring together. Those are pretty strong. So let's see. Everything looks pretty even. If you've never made a tassel before, I do like to go around and try to make sure everything's pretty even. This one right here is a little long on that other side, so I want to see if I need to pull it down on this side or if it's long on both sides. So, and I can trim it up in the end. If you've never made a tassel and you find that, everything's even, but when you bring it together like this, the ends are uneven, and you can either leave it like that, it looks pretty, or you can trim it and make them all even. So right now we're going to leave it, and then we might trim it at the end. But that's how it's going to look before we put the beads on. We're going to tie a little piece around here. So let me grab something. I have some kind of almost like scraps from doing this and cutting the end off. So here's one right here of this eyelash trim. I'm going to go ahead and tie that around here. Just randomly picked it out. I have a couple over there, but this looks plenty long enough to tie like a double knot or a triple knot, whatever I think I need right here. So let's do that. I don't want anything like sticking up too much there. I don't really necessarily pull it tight down because I do want a little ball at the top, but I don't want anything like poking out, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Okay, so double knot at least, because you don't want that to come undone. That's what's holding it all together, pretty much. I'm going to go ahead and tie one more knot. You can tie a bow too if you want. I'm going to go ahead and leave that hanging down. So we have another added little trim there that just kind of blends in. So at this point, it's looking beautiful. You can see the little sparkle in there from those gold strands. So yeah, I like exactly how we did it. We spread the one out, the couple out, and we left the others together, and it really looks good. Okay, let's add some beads and things to our, we're going to add the beads and things to our wax thread. That's why I put the wax thread in there, in case I didn't say that. So I've got some wood beads here. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing these are reddish ones in here. Those would stand out a bit. So let's get some of these out and see what we can do. I don't want these to go everywhere, so I'm going to make a little blockade here. Make a little blockade. Okay, see this one right here? Won't that look pretty in there? Yes, it will look beautiful. Okay, so excited. It's coming together. Okay, so yeah, if you have some, like, let me show you another one of these red ones I'm putting on here. So see the hole here? This is a hole that's not too big because it's plenty big to fit over here. Through the thread will fit through very easily, but it's not too big where when I tie a knot here, it's going to slip over the knot. It's not going to. And I can pull the knot tight, really tight, or I can pull it enough so it's a knot, but not too much, so that this bead will not fit over that knot. Okay? I could probably pull it tighter, but I'm going to leave it like that, not really tight, but tight enough so it stays. And the bead will stay right there. So like this one has a hole that's way too big. So if I wanted to put this on here, I could put this. This would be good to be put over one of these, like one of the yarns or ribbons or something, because that would fit through there easily. And maybe we'll do that in a minute. First, I want to get whatever I'm going to put on this. And these have a big hole too, so those are a little bit too big. We'll put the big hole ones over there. Here's one that's a lighter color, and it has about the same size hole as the red one. So let's put one of those on there and see how that one does. And you can put as many as you want on in your tassel if you're making one. if you've never made one, you know, put as many beads or charms or whatever. See, I pulled that knot too tight, so my bead's going to fit right over that, so I'm going to tie a double knot on that one. Okay, and not pull it too tight this time. Okay, there we go. That does the trick. Okay, we've got 2 beads on there. And I want to try something real quick. I have a couple of things here too that I don't know if will go with this. I have some sunflowers, and I have some little spools. And like that whole, yeah, that's way too big for this. But if I wanted to put it over in here, I could. I just don't know if I want to. I might save this for maybe a sewing themed tassel. And I want to try one of these just to see. I think this is going to be for my own liking. I think it's going to be not right, but it could be. It could be. Oh, I think I might like it. Let me see if it's right down in the middle here. Say it was over here, would I like it? I think I might. I don't know. What do you think? It's hard to decide. I think I'm going to go with it. It's like you got to kind of think outside the box when you make tassels. Don't keep yourself in a box, because the really pretty tassels, if you watch YouTube or whatever, and you look at the tassels, the ones that, at least the ones I see that I think, oh, that's really cool, it's like almost like if you just pull random pieces out and put it together, it looks beautiful. Oh, that does look nice. Okay, yeah, we're going with that. I like that. It has a nice fall touch. I think sunflowers can be summer and fall, you know what I mean? So let's see, we need another strand of wax cord, and then I want to try this big hold bead here. I think I'm going to go with this ribbon. It looks like it would fit perfectly on here, or maybe this longer one. This is one of the ones that spreads out, but this one we didn't spread out, looks like. So let me see if I can get that through there. There's lots of ways to get your yarn or whatever fiber through a bead if it doesn't like go naturally through. I'm just grabbing these scissors because I have them right here. So there you go. All right, so this is going to stay on here if I can get it through everything. It's going to stay on here even without a knot, because it's like the inside of the wood beads is a little rough, so it's kind of like catching on here. Okay, I think, let me see if I have all of this through here. I think I do. Trying to see if it's even though. I think I have like part of it pulled through and part of it I don't. This side looks like it needs a pull on this side here. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it went through. Okay, we are, yeah, there's a piece stuck up in there. Now we got it. See how that looks? It fits on there perfectly. It's grabbing on the inside. I don't even need a knot. So that's awesome. Okay. All right, now another piece of this. So we used a red and a light one. Let's use a brown one. This has different shades of brown in this one. Even though it will blend in more, I still think it will be pretty in this tassel. Okay, and don't pull my knot. I'm reminding myself not to pull my knot too tight. And yeah, that's perfect. That's going to keep it on there. And now here's another light one, but it's a different size. It's like a little thin one instead of a round one. So different sizes are interesting too, besides just the round ones. So yeah, I'm only going to put a couple, it looks like, on each little strand of, and there we go. That one's done. Now I know I have 2 more, if I can find them, 2 more wax threads. Let Let me see if I can find them, because we put 2 threads in, then we fold them in half, so that means we have 4 wax threads. I believe I put 2 in here, didn't I? I'm sure I did. I can't find it right now. I might have to pause and find it, but I want to add another big bead too, because that one looks so good. That one we put on here looks so good. And here, see, there's 2 beads right there. You can see there's the sunflower. Yeah, oh, here's a wax thread. Got one. Okay, it appeared. Okay, so let's, here's a big one with, I don't know, I think this is bigger than the one we put on before. The bigger, lighter one, bigger than the other lighter one. But it has a smaller hole. So let's put this one here. Big knot. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a double knot on this one. It does take length off your thread here when you tie the knot, so you want to be careful. If you want to put a lot of beads on there, you want to make your thread, your wax thread or whatever thread that you're going to put your beads on, you want to make it a little longer. Let's put another wood one, but you know, darker wood, but this is one of those thin ones instead of a round one again. So just makes it interesting, right, to have the different sizes. Okay, and let's see, I don't think this one's, yeah, the other sunflower's on the other side, so let's put one more, see if I can put another sunflower on this one. Then we'll have 2 sunflowers. If it doesn't fit on this one, we'll put it on a different one, but I think I can manage here possibly. It's a little tight, but I think I can get it. And that way it'll be up higher too. This is, like I said, a little tight. There we go. Got it, got it, got it. Okay, I'm just going to tie one tight knot. The wax also helps the knot on this particular wax thread, kind of helps the thread to meld together. Some of them I know, like the ones I use for my book binding, are sometimes a little loose. So I tied the knot right around that loop there, so that's going to keep it on too. All right, so like I said, I want to put another big bead in here. Let's see, I can't see the other, oh, there's the other bead right there, the big one. So let's find a spot over here, maybe on this, see if we can get this yarn through a big hold bead. Yeah, that's going to fit right through there. It's just that it's kind of squishy, you know, like it's not hard, so it won't go through there like the wax thread. So there we go. Now this is going to need a knot. So let's just put it like right there, and tie a knot, and that should, like, it's almost thick enough but not quite. So let's tie a knot and see how that does. If we need a double knot, we'll do that. Again, I'm not going to tie it real tight, and then, okay, yeah, we're going to tie one more knot, so a double knot. And let me see what time it is. Yeah, we got a few minutes to finish up here. We've got one more strand of, okay, yeah, that's a nice big knot. That should not fit over that. Let me pull it down to the knot now. Yeah, it's not going to go over that. Okay, so, oh, here's my other. It just appeared again. Wow, it's just helping me out. Okay, so here's a bigger brown bead with a small hole. Let's do that one. It'll be fun to have all these different sizes and colors in here. And then when you look at it's like when you look at the tassel, every time you look at it, it looks different because the beads are kind of like move around through, in and around and through. And so every time you look at a tassel sometimes, especially when you have beads, or even just strands, if you just have strands, the strands move in and out and around too. So kind of like every time you look at a tassel, it looks different. So, and you see different things. So very fun, and very pretty. And you can do different things with them besides hanging them on a journal. You can hang them on a ceiling fan. I would put that in my listing whenever I list one. Here's another lighter one I'm going to put on here. Or you can just hang them from somewhere in your home, a doorknob, or you can put them on a gift, you know, instead of a bow, put a tassel on there. You know, so many different things that you can incorporate them into. Okay, there we go. That one's good. I left a big knot on that one now. We got all 4 strands. So let's trim it a bit real quick here. Not too much, just a little bit here at the end. And even just up just a tiny bit. Some of it's going to be uneven, but just kind of like there's kind of like scragglers down here, or stragglers. Okay, let's see how we did. So we got 2 sunflowers, all those beads, and there we go. See how the sunflower's peeking out here. Here's some beads right in there. There's the little puff balls, and you see the little glittery parts. See how when I move it around, every time I move it, it looks, or let me turn it over. Every time you turn it or move it around, it looks different. See, on this side, there's a bead peeking out there. There's a sunflower, some beads. Just move it around a little bit, and it looks completely different, doesn't it? It's so pretty. I've been wanting to make a fall tassel since last fall, and I never got around to it, so that's why I did it today. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you love this as much as I do. Look at that, how you just move it around, and look how pretty that red one or orange one there just really adds like a really nice touch to it. I love it. So anyway, this will be in my shop when you see this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Let me lay it down. Oh, I love it. Okay, see you later.